Hello and welcome to my first energy report for the Mayan calendar journey. Today is Friday the 3rd of February 2023 and it's the first day of our next cycle through the Tzolk'in calendar, and today is a Red Dragon Day. If you're not familiar with the calendar, then please go back and take a look at my previous video which explains that in a bit more detail. But basically we get a different energy every day through the Mayan calendar, but it's kind of broken down into these 13-day periods which we refer to as wave spells. I don't know why they're called wave spells. Somebody came up with it and I've just kind of accepted it. It doesn't really matter what we call it. It's a 13-day period, and the energy on this first day of the period is kind of the dominant energy. It kind of influences then the next 13-day cycle. So today we're moving into Red Dragon. Red Dragon is my energy. It's the first energy of the cycle, and it's very much about birth. All the red signs are about initiation. They're all the beginning of a small mini cycle. But the Red Dragon energy is the first cycle within a cycle, if you like. So it's got this huge relevance to birth, to creation, to starting new projects. So the first thing we want to be thinking about when we move into a Red Dragon energy spell is kind of like, what do you want to create? What do you want to initiate? What are we going to be working with or working towards over the next 260 days of this cycle? And it's an ancient energy code as well. It's the first, it's the oldest, it's this energy that is connected deep within the ley lines of the earth. So it's great for manifesting and for really digging into who we are and who we want to be and what we want to do and where we want to go, which is kind of interesting at the moment, because that kind of ties in very much with the energy of Imbolc, which was only a couple of days ago as well. So we've got this huge initiation starting, which has been kind of like deliberate on my part. That's like I kind of wanted to launch this project and this new series round about now. But then the Red Dragon energy is also about mother. It's about mother and support. It's mother in the sense of, I guess, our relationships with our own mother, or for those of us with wombs who have been mothers, it might be our relationship with our offspring and what it's like to be a mother. But it's also about this idea of Mother Earth, the Mother Goddess, the source of all things and all knowledge. And that brings up some interesting themes within this energy spell. And then it's about trust. And it's about the ability to trust that our needs will be met. And this is where it kind of gets a bit more interesting. So when we're born, we're completely reliant on our mother to keep us safe and to provide all that we need. But as we grow and we learn to become more independent, we're kind of conditioned to believe that the world is not safe, that we need to fight for survival, and it's that kind of the fear sets in as we try to stay in control of our lives, control of what happens to us, control of where we want to go. But this particular energy, for me, is a huge reminder that we're not in control. We're very rarely steering the ship. Things happen to us. There's lots of uncertainty in life, and I think as human beings we kind of we like to cling on to this idea of things being solid. We like to to plan, to organise, to know what's happening to us. But actually, the reality is that things that we think are solid are not. Solid objects, this tree behind me, when it all boils down to, it's a tree, like everything in this universe, is just little particles floating around in space. We think that the things that we can touch and that feel firm are solid, but they're not. So this energy is this kind of like reminder that everything is fluid, nothing is as it seems, and there's lots of uncertainty in life. Now, the shadow side of that is that it can feel scary. It can lead us to want to cling on, to kind of not trust others, not trust ourselves, not trust our own instincts. And that is, in a sense, when we start to fight against the energy and wanting to be juggling all the balls, pulling all the strings, planning every detail, being prepared for every possible outcome. And it's exhausting. This is my sign, this is my challenge. I deal with this on a regular basis. I know it's exhausting. So what we need basically is to kind of remember that we have this support in the universe, or God, or whatever your beliefs are, or whatever you want to call it. There are forces out there that will guide us, and it's about kind of letting go of this need to control, letting go of the illusion that we are in any kind of control, because ultimately we're not. We never know. We can kind of we can try and plan and create, but ultimately we never know what's going to happen in the future. There are forces beyond our control influencing our lives all the time, and it's about trying to accept that uncertainty and to go with the flow. So when we're flowing with this red dragon energy, when we're aligned with it, basically we are happy to let go. We trust that the universe is going to keep us safe, that our needs are going to be met, that we are free to nurture our own needs. We will trust that others are going to do the same, and we don't need to know what comes next. So that's basically what this energy is about. Birth, mother, trust. I invite you over these next few days to maybe just give some thought to that and how that manifests in your own life. Think about what you want to create over these next 260 days. Think about what support you need to be able to go in that, to create that, and to go in that direction. But then also keep in mind that things might not go to plan. How do you let go? How do you accept this uncertainty? And if you've joined my WhatsApp group, you'll hopefully have the calendar and the sign descriptions. So really this first period is about just starting to tune into this new kind of energy. And what I think I've mentioned this in other videos, but in case you haven't seen that, the really sort of like your task, if you like, for these first 13 days is to get your calendar, print off your calendar, pop it somewhere where you're going to see it every day. Maybe get a bit of blue tack or something, or a marker, or something that you can mark off each day on the calendar, and each morning just move your piece of blue tack across off the day, and read the descriptions that go with the energy for that day. And it's about not thinking about this too much with the conscious mind, just starting to tune in and feel. And as we move through the calendar, gradually, obviously, each wave spell will have a new little report. And like I say, I know from my own experience and from working with others that although this may seem very alien when you first start working with it, as we get through a few months, it will start to flow and it will start to make a bit more sense. So for now, the other thing is, if you are into journaling, it's really useful to kind of like keep maybe like a little diary as we start this journey. Use your journal to note down things that you're experiencing, because quite often as well, the things that are happening in this first 13 days of the calendar will then play out through the rest of the 260-day period, and it's kind of interesting and can be quite useful just to keep a note of, you know, the people that you meet, the experiences that you have, anything that might, how you feel at this point in time, and like I say, and give some thought about what you want to create. Maybe it's like, I don't know, do a little evaluation of, with my volunteers, what I did was I gave them a life wheel exercise where we looked at, done this with other people. Some of you in this group or watching this will be familiar with the life wheel. So you break down how happy you are with each aspect of your life, and then set yourself some goals, if you like, as to where you want to make improvements or tweaks. You might decide to do that as an initiation exercise, or just sort of journal out really some ideas as to where you are now, a bit of a reflection of the last 9 months and where you want to go in the next 9 months. Okay, so don't want to risk repeating myself too much. If you've got any questions, please let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube and Facebook and you're not yet in my WhatsApp group and want to come along on this journey with us, then by all means just drop me a message and I will send you a link. Otherwise, if you have any questions, I'm happy to explain or answer any questions one-to-one if any of this doesn't make much sense. Lovely. Or just let me know what you think. If any of it resonates, if any of it sounds helpful or familiar, then I'd love to hear that too. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be in touch again soon. Bye for now.